What up, YouTube? So I guess we had breaking news last night. I didn't film it last night because it'd be too late. Um, so I think I believe yesterday they were supposed to be having the White House Correspondence Dinner. It's basically an annual dinner, basically where the media and the administration basically poke jokes at each other. They have like a little circle jerk with each other. Um, Basically, but they never actually ask like really tough questions for this regime, like ever. And when they do, it's very neutered. Um, Excuse me. But anyways, so we had there was a checkpoint, I guess, at the hotel. I think it was a Hilton hotel for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And I think it's normally at the White House, but for some reason he didn't do it at the White House, which I don't know why. Um, he could have just done it at the fucking White House to save money, but I guess not because he's too good, because he's a rich fuck. Um, but like every other president that could just do it at the White House, he does it at like a private building. I don't know why. Thinks he's too good for the White House. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so he literally, so there was the shooter, I guess, came running in past a Secret Service checkpoint, and there was, I don't know, tons of Secret Service. I don't know why this guy did this, but like he was, I don't know, running towards it. And I don't have all the details because it just came out. It just happened yesterday, so you're still trying to see the news media in it. But it's like, um, he shot at one Secret Service officer, shot him in the bulletproof vesting. Thank God nobody was killed, except for the suspect. But the media and mainstream media and the White House, of course, the White House, because this White House is just full of sycophants and loyalists and freaks. They literally are trying to say it's a quote Trump assassination attempt, end quote. No, it's not. They actually had the guy left notes in his hotel room, and it did not talk about killing Trump specifically. It actually talked about doing a general mass shooting in that building. So, like, yeah, the president was in there, but it wasn't directly an assassination attempt on the president and his family and his vice president and their family. It was more so like a general mass shooting, like from what I'm gathering from it. So, like, the media is not doing their job. They are incompetent. Like these media people having like a little circle jerk with their fucking dinners and shit. It's a circle jerk. That's all it is. They don't actually ask any hard questions. They're fucking status quo. Fucking they do this both sides of some shit. Like even lefty media, unless you get progressive media in this country, like CNN will present a both sidesism argument with every single thing that Donald Trump versus Democrats do, and it's like there's no equal footing. There's no equal footing. One's starting a war, one doesn't want to do a war, and you guys are trying to do both sides of some shit where they both have equal points, and you got to meet in the middle. Nope, that's not how it works. One wants war with a country that didn't invade, didn't attack us, wasn't a threat to us, and didn't bomb our military facilities until we attacked them. And then it's like, wait, we're not the hero. We're not the hero. We're the villain. We're the fucking villain. Like we a couple of weeks ago we bombed a fucking Iranian school children, a grade school at that, not a high school, a grade school. We killed, what is it, 185 people? Like it was like 160 plus or something, 160, 165. I don't know the exact number. It was like 160 plus of Iranian little children dead, and then the rest were faculty and staff. Like, but you're gonna say you want democracy and freedom abroad, but we don't have democracy and freedom here in the United States. What? Yeah, they're like they didn't even target the Islamic Revolutionary Guard barracks building that was right beside the high school, about 100 to 200 yards away from the school. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. They literally targeted the school instead. Like they're fucking terrorists. Like this regime is terrorists. Like fucked up, man. Fucked up. But yeah, media's not covering that. They just do both sides of some shit. Tired of it. There's no both sides of them. They're freaks. They're fascists. They're scum. They're literally the Nazis that we fought in World War II. Like our ancestors fought against these types of people that voted for this guy. We fought against the ideology of this shit. in the 1940s. Okay, we did. We fought against this shit in the 1940s. Like, you're not this supreme being. There's checks and balances, and you're not above the fucking law. Neither's your fucking family. Jared Kushner took $2 billion from Saudi Arabia. You're not above the law. You're not above the law. And when this fucking regime's done, and hopefully a Democrat wins, we're gonna prosecute every single one. At least that's my goal. That's my plan. If I was president, I don't know how they're actually gonna do it. Don't know how Democrats are gonna, deal with shit. But that's how I would do it as a Democrat. I'm not playing games. Not playing games. If I'm in power, I'd be fucking prosecuting them. And I don't care that they're a different ideology. I don't care about that. I care about the legality. And all the shit that they did was illegal, unethical, and immoral, and unconstitutional. So yeah, I want to prosecute those people. It has nothing to do with that they have a different ideology, right? So people try to think it's like, oh no, it's prosecuting your political opponents. No, it's like what you did was illegal, unethical, immoral, and unconstitutional. Like, you can't just round up people, human traffic them outside the United States, and then say, oh, that's perfectly legal. No, it's not. No, it's not. You have to go through a court proceeding hearing, right, for those deportations. You can't just human traffic them outside the country. Oh, they die, and, whoop, that's that. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's illegal, right? You have to have a court proceeding hearing, and a lot of these people did, and they were good to go as far as not being shipped out to outside the United States, and the federal government and the executive branch still fucking rounded them up. ICE and the Department of Homeland Security still rounded them up, human trafficked them outside the United States after they already had a judge say that they're not going to be deported, right? Which the judge's interpretation of the law is final, But people don't know this shit, or they don't care, and it's like, okay, like when are we going to start using the United States Marshals here? Like, really, when are we going to start fucking seizing assets of the executive branch and their government officials? Like, when are we going to start using the Marshals, right? Because I thought that the United States judicial system didn't actually have an executing authority to check the executive branch, but I was wrong. There actually is. There's the United States Marshal Services, I think it is. And it's very, very rare that they ever use them. But it's like, we're in this precedent where they can do whatever the fuck they want. They can take foreign gifts, which is a direct violation of the foreign emoluments clause in the Constitution. Like, start seizing their assets. Seize their properties. Seize their assets. What are you going to do? You're going to bring the army against us? Okay. Cool. Okay. See how well that works out. But yeah, I mean, just start seizing their assets. Like, I'm tired of the Supreme Court doing this shit, because you got about half the Supreme Court that was appointed by Trump and conservatives. I'm tired of the shit. Seize their assets, right? Seize their assets, sell the fucking profits to the general public or whatever. Tired of it. Take their fucking rich fucking properties, sell them off to the fucking county or the state governments. Be done with it. Sell it off. Sell off Mar-a-Lago. Confiscate Mar-a-Lago. Can't pay your fucking taxes? Cool. Sell it off. Seize the assets. Seize the fucking property. But yeah, it's like, tired of the shit. American media is garbage in this country. Like, they present like the Iranian war as like, oh, there's equal footing. It's like, no, there's not equal footing. The United States and Israel launched an illegal and unethical and unconstitutional war against Iran that didn't attack, didn't invade, and was not a threat to the United States or its allies until we attacked them. And then when we attacked them, including the United States, and gave the okay to Israel for their 200 plus military aircraft to launch strikes on them, then they targeted all 5 military bases and blew the fuck out of them off the fucking face of the earth. They blew them up. Like, they literally blew up our 5 military bases in the region, in several countries. Like, the United States, you're not fucking invincible. You're just because we have this money and power and stuff in the world, you're not invincible. You're not invincible. Like, they literally knocked out a $1 to $2 billion radar system in our ally state, one of our ally states in the region, right? So it's like, they did that with like a $30,000 to $50,000 drone, knocked out a $1 to $2 billion fucking radar system. Now they're flying blind. Like, and another one was a refueling plane. I guess supposedly they're trying to say that it was a accident because they don't want to give credit to the Iranian government that they got shot down in Iranian airspace, right? But they're trying to say that a jet and a refueling jet and a jet that was trying to do refueling crashed, had an accident, in the Middle East. And it's like, oh really? Why do all these jets have accidents just now after you're doing a war with Iran where you technically didn't declare war on them, but you're actually at war with them? Kind of weird how that works, doesn't it? Just they're all of a sudden having fucking accidents, huh? They're just crashing in the Middle East for no reason, huh? Good job, American media. Good job reporting the truth. Good job. Good job. And what is it? Oh, they had an accident. They crashed and they ejected out of their plane. Really? That's it? You can't give me specifics. They just said they crashed. That's what American media is doing right now. Like, covering up all this shit. They're covering up the fatalities and the casualties of this fucking war. Like, what? That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And it's like, okay, we know what side you're on. You suck. You're not good media. That's why I don't even listen to mainstream media, because it's bullshit. It's like, oh, just before the war, there was no jets ever having accidental crashes over the Middle East. Now all of a sudden, oh, they're having accidental crashes over the Middle East, and has nothing to do with Iran. Just U.S. military planes just crashing out of the sky. My ass. It's the American media doing propaganda. Like, if you don't think that we have propaganda in this country, when you're a kid, I just think this is funny. When you're a kid and you go to school, what's the very first thing that they instill into your brain as soon as you, from kindergarten to grade 12? The Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance. Propaganda to a fucking piece of cloth. Don't think that we're similar to the North Korea? Why are we pledging allegiance to a flag? That's brainwashing, right? You can't say that you're the most free, independent, and have all this liberty in the world when you're pledging allegiance to a flag to the state, and then say you have democracy. What? That's not liberal. That's not liberal at all. That is brainwashing, right? And what about the part of our money that says "In God We Trust"? And you'll have some conservatives that'll say, "Well, we were a Christian nation." But then if you actually ask the quotes and you see the quotes from our founding fathers, I think, what was it, James Madison, John Adams, I forget which. It was like the very early of our founding fathers, I forget which. They literally had a quote that literally said, like, at no point were we ever founded or are a Christian nation. Like ever. There's a separation of church and state. And so, like, and then now since, like, they started in the 50s, at the time of the Red Scare, where they're trying to do the capitalism is good and then socialism is bad, and socialism has no God and they don't allow religion, but capitalism does, and blah, blah, blah. Like they literally had to put in, like, "In God We Trust" on our coins, where actually originally it literally said "E pluribus unum," out of many, one. Out of many, one. That was the translation. Now it's "In God We Trust." It's like, no. We're not playing this fucking game. We're not playing this game. We're not a Christian nation. There's a separation of church and state, and your fucking religion isn't going to dictate policy like Israel, okay? We're not fucking going down that route. We're not going down that fucking route, all right? Democrats, lefties, have some fucking balls. Have some balls. Be an actual democratic country for once. We're tired of being laughed out of the fucking room. In fact, as far as liberty and freedom goes around the world, we talk about how we're so free and democratic and shit. You know where we rank on our fucking liberty fucking rating? You know where we fucking rank? 57th. 57th. We're not even in the top 50 for liberty, okay? Don't talk to me about fucking liberty and freedom and all this shit. We rank 57 out of the fucking world. Get out of here. It's a scam, man. It's a scam, right? It's a scam. It's a scam. In God we trust. Pfft. America was never a Christian country. It never will be. It's not based on religion. It's a secular country. Always have, always will be. And it's not dictated by religion. Its policies are not going to be dictated by, or I should say idealistically. I know they are, but they should not be dictated by religion, right? I believe in the state of what? It was in the state of Louisiana, you had a Republican that literally made it a law to have the 10 Commandments up in every single Louisiana school. Yeah. Yeah. Now they're going to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court's going to probably rule that unconstitutional because there's a separation of church and state. Remember, keep this in mind. It's fine if you do that like in a church or a cathedral, right? Because that's religion. That's a religious building. That's clergy, right? But it's like, you can't do that in a school where you're receiving federal funding. Understand that. That's a state building provided by the state, the federal government in this case, the taxpayer, and you're trying to insert religion into that. Fuck no. You're not getting taxpayer money. Fuck out of here. We're not dealing with it. We're not going down that fucking route. We're not doing that. And anyways, aren't these religious people like the most corrupt ones out there? Aren't they like the most freaky ones out here? Like the Catholics and shit out here? Like, aren't they like the repressed sexual, people out here that are like doing all the freaky stuff in the bedroom and shit? It's like, really? Really? They're going to talk about all this puritanical stuff? It's like, they're the ones doing all the freaky stuff in the bedroom stuff. Right? For real. Like, they're doing all the freaky stuff in the bedroom and all this shit. They're the ones doing all the crazy allegation shit. It's like, no joke. It's like, nah. But, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Like, we try, we have this, like, bravado of America. And we've had it since basically our inception that we think that our shit don't fucking stink. We got the biggest this, the biggest that, but it's like, we got chemicals in our fucking food. We're not getting real fucking food half the time. Fucking our roads are garbage. Like, nothing gets fixed in this country, man. Nothing gets fixed in this country. We have for-profit healthcare. If you can't afford your healthcare, you're fucked in this country. And then now we have a president that literally overturned Joe Biden's executive order that protected medical debt from going on your credit score to get a loan for a house or a car or whatever, from that affecting your credit score. He overturned that, and now it's back on your credit score because you didn't want to die, from, getting medical attention. So it's like, nah, this country's fucked up, man. I love my country, but the people that say, the conservatives that say that, if you don't like it, leave it, they're the status quo. The highest form of patriotism and the highest form of love for your country is to critique it and to improve upon it. And so the people that don't want to critique it and don't want to improve upon it and say, if you don't like it, leave it, you're the most unpatriotic people in all of America. And they're the enemy within. Like, they hate America. And I'll go down that fucking rabbit hole. I'll say it like that. You hate America if you don't want to improve America. Because that's exactly what it is. They don't care. It's the status quo. But if you can't critique your country, you're not a democratic country. But, yeah, so close out. Yeah, just another crazy thing with this administration. Tired of it. I'm tired of the media not covering the actual news and trying to say that it's an assassination attempt on this Trump regime. It's not. This guy, at least from what I read on my news article here on ABC, which I'm going to put in the description, unless something new pops up or what, like this guy was generally, he didn't like the regime. There's no doubt about that. But it wasn't like directly towards Trump of like he wanted to get him. You know what I'm saying? Like it was generally like this guy wanted to just do a mass shooting, right? Both are bad. But it was like, no, this wasn't an assassination attempt on the president himself. Like this was like more generally a mass shooting. But he didn't like those people, right? So it's like, no. Media, do your job. Right-wing media is going to keep saying, oh, it's a second Trump attempt. It's not. I looked up the fucking article. Looked it up on ABC. And the law enforcement found the note, and it summarized that he, and I wish I could have seen the note, but to actually, see what it actually said. But from what they summarized on, is that it was just a general plan for a mass shooting. Luckily, they stopped them. Nobody else was killed, and nobody else was hurt. Just the shooter, I think, was dead. I've only seen that in a couple articles. Don't know if it's actually true or not. Probably is. But he had no shirt on. I don't know what the hell, if he was on drugs or what, or not in his right mind. But I think he was like 18 or 19, young kid. But, just stupid to, throw your life away. But at the same time, though, it's like we have a mental health crisis in this country. Mental health is not addressed in this country. It's shamed upon. People shame mental health in this country. People don't empathize with people with mental health disorders and just mock them. So, and then we have a gun problem in this country. Like I said, we have 46,000 gun deaths last year. Where are the gun people at? Where are the gun people at? Nowhere to be seen. They don't care. Again, they're the same people that say the pro-family values, pro-life party, but when somebody else is gunned down, they don't give a fuck. And then the reason why they have the guns in the first place, those gun owners, is because we have a gun problem in America, so then they have to have guns because you don't know those dangerous people with guns, have guns in circulation. So it's like it accentuates the problem. You know what I'm saying? It exacerbates the problem in America. So it's like these people are trying to do the right thing to protect themselves and their property and their family, but it's like at the exact same time, it's also exacerbating the problem because you have bad people with guns and then you have good guys with guns. But even if you have a, quote, good guy with a gun, you still have people that aren't fully trained in guns, but, creating a bigger problem with gun violence. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, get the guns out of circulation. There's no debate. Get the guns out of circulation. Fuck what the GOP says. Fuck what all the conservatives say. Get the guns out of circulation. This guy was wearing a ballistic vest, bulletproof vest. If you guys don't know what a ballistic vest is, bulletproof vest. Like this isn't for defense. Like, and I said this like 2 years ago. Ban fucking bulletproof vests in this country, except for law enforcement and government, forces, government security forces, private security forces, and the military. That's the only people that should have bulletproof vests. You're not gonna fucking tell me anything otherwise. You don't fucking need it. The only people that do that shit, that aren't in those security forces, are the people that are the mass shooters. Okay, you do not need them. That's why we have a fucking problem in this country. The only people that get them are either ex-military people reviewing shit or whatever. But it's like it's a mass shooter thing. Like, mass shooters have done this before. They wear bulletproof vests. Like, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of the handguns. Get rid of the fucking bulletproof vests. Get rid of the shit. Get the shit out of circulation. The only people that should have that shit is police, law enforcement, private security, security forces, and the military. That's it. You're not going to tell me that should go to the public. The reason why they do that to the public is so they can get a bigger bottom line, bigger profit, bigger fat juicy check. That's all it's about. That's all this shit's about in America, is a big juicier check. That's all it's about. Ban it. Ban it. Ban it. Ban it. Doesn't need to exist. The only reason that they have them is for assaults and mass shootings when it's given to the public. Because for a fact bad people with bad intentions are going to get in and buy that ballistic armor and that bulletproof vest to not do anything good with that. It's not for defense. It's for assault. All right? Ban the shit. Ban the guns out of circulation. Tired of the shit. If you think you got to have a gun everywhere you go, you got a mental illness. You got a problem in America, and it's the gun problem. Like, there's people that think you have to have a gun everywhere you go. If you think you got to have a gun everywhere you go, you got a problem. You got a problem in America. And it's a gun problem. It's like, okay, then you need to take the circulation of guns out of the equation. If you have to have a gun everywhere you go to protect yourself and your family and your kids, you got a fucking problem in this country. And it's the gun problem. You get the guns off the streets, and these thugs won't fucking be shooting up people, doing mass shootings, suicides, and you can get the help to the people that need it, right? Tired of this shit. Tired of the debate. There's no fucking debate. You save people's lives. I don't give a fuck what they say. You save people's lives. You de-escalate the problem. You know the biggest problem you have to deal with in England when they have to deal with shit is people with knives. People with knives. That's it. That's it. Knives. And they tase them. Or they club them. They club it out of their hand with a baton. They don't even have guns, mind you. right? Because they don't have a gun circulation problem like the United States does, right? So it's a little different, right? But it's like, huh. And their police officers don't have to worry about always getting killed. Our police officers here, they have to worry about getting killed. You know, they say they love the police so much. It's like, there's a gun problem in this country, and they don't fucking care about the gun problem in this country. It's like, you care about law enforcement, but you don't care about law enforcement because you don't want gun control in this country. Like, our police and state police and federal police and local police always worry about being shot and killed by people with guns in this country, because guns, we have more guns in this country than people. Look that up. We have more guns in this country than people. Look that shit up. Look that up. Like it's unhealthy, it's toxic, and it's straight up, it's negligence. It's like, we need to start charging people for manslaughter. Come on. Tired of the shit. Tired of the shit. Tired of the shit of shit never getting fixed in this country. And then pro-life family values does nothing during a mass shooting. Thoughts and prayers. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about actually fixing the problems. They don't care. They don't fucking care. And that's why I get fucking angry about it. Because it's like, you know what? That's why I troll these people. I'm like, you don't care. You don't fucking care. You know, they can talk a big line. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Oh, we need more guns. We need more guns. Really? These people with the guns aren't even trained on them. And they're the ones that fucking accidentally shoot law enforcement or accidentally shoot a civilian. It's like, no, we need less guns in circulation. It should be security forces, government officials, and the military. Okay? And police. That's it. Get them out of circulation to the public. They are the biggest threat to the public, is having the public own firearms. Get the fuck out of here. No debate. Get the hell out of here. Peace.